One, two. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got 12 NFL teams that have no chance at making the playoffs this season. Let's check this out.
It's not too early to rule out specific teams from making the 14-team postseason.
Facts.
The New Orleans Saints are projected to win 5.3 games this season.
They probably not gonna win a single game this year, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, who gonna be their quarterback,
the
man?
2025 NFL regular season is now 4 months away. So with that said, how about we dive into the 12 NFL teams that have zero shot at making the playoffs in 2025? New York Giants. After mercilessly ending the Daniel Jones era mid-season last year, the Giants drastically shook up their QB room by signing veterans Russell Wilson and James Winston.
Shit, they still the worst team in the division.
Passed on Shedeur Sanders in round 1 of the draft, instead using number 3 pick on can't-miss Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter. Wanting to secure more weapons on offense. The G-men traded up via the Houston Texans to take Ole Miss product Jackson Dart with the number 25 pick. So with Winston and Wilson behind center, the Giants don't have to worry about rushing Dart's development. But let's be real here. Wilson is well past his prime. Winston is on his 3rd team and has many years for a reason. The Giants also play in a tough NFC East that features the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and conference runner-up Washington Commanders. Even if you aren't sold on the Dallas Cowboys bouncing back this year, well, Dak Prescott is 13-2 against the Giants in his career. Damn. Oh, and of course, Big Blue has the toughest strength of schedule for 2025. Alright, enough of that, moving on. Cleveland Browns. Owner Jimmy Haslam finally admitted the Deshaun Watson trade was a mistake. So, hey, there's that. Watson is expected to miss most, if not all, of 2025.
He's not playing at all this season. Let's keep it a buck. Nigga done ruptured his Achilles. I think, was it this year too? Like, he ruptured his Achilles again, so he's not playing anytime soon, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then you got this weird-ass quarterback room with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. Like I said before, I think Kenny Pickett's the odd man out. Because you drafted 2 quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just cut them or put them on a practice squad like that. Come on, gang. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Pickett, that nigga gone after this year. So it's just a matter of who's going to start for them this year. I'm not going to lie. I think Flacco starts, and then halfway through the season, I think Shedeur takes over, and then ends up being a franchise guy.
Achilles in January. GM Andrew Berry traded for Kenny Pickett, drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, and brought back 2023
Imagine they don't hit on any of those quarterbacks
after inexplicably letting him walk in free agency. Oh my gosh. Miles Garrett also made a public plea to get traded before signing a $160 million extension. And in a draft day stunner, the Browns gave up the number 2 pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars, allowing them to take 2 on Travis Hunter, while Berry settled on Michigan defensive tackle Mason Graham at number 5.
We had the opportunity to pick Travis Hunter. Why we didn't, we will never know. Typical Browns.
Yeah, we're just not sold on any
Glad I'm not a
of those
Browns
4
fan,
quarterbacks getting the job done with a lackluster supporting cast. The Browns, by the way, play in an AFC North that features 3 Super Bowl hopefuls, and that all adds up to these
3. Fuck you see 3 at, nigga.
Second toughest strength of schedule for 2025. Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders obviously had one
Pittsburgh
of the
don't got a quarterback, so you can throw
us,
them out the question.
Once
they get a quarterback, then we can talk about it.
Las Vegas drafted generational running back Ashton Genty out of Boise State with the number 6 selection, adding more firepower to an offense featuring superstar tight end Brock Bowers and veteran Jacoby Myers.
Raiders might be nice this year,
bro. Come on, what isn't there to like here? Well, they only play in the AFC West. You know, that sent 3 teams to the playoffs last year, so even finishing above 500 might not be enough for Vegas to make the playoffs. They also didn't do much to
there's still a high chance that all 4 teams could make the playoffs, because it almost happened a few years ago with the AFC North. So we could possibly see a scenario like that, but the AFC just way too stacked, bro.
25th in scoring last year. Once
more, I don't know.
He'll rely on
it's gonna be damn, that nigga got a Raiders tattoo.
Not exactly
That's dedication.
With 3 explosive offenses in your division. The Raiders' long-term outlook is
no wonder why he didn't get traded.
But they're still several steps behind their AFC West counterparts. Tennessee Titans. The Titans chose to lay low in free agency and the trade market.
I don't think they got enough star power
for
yet,
the draft. First-year GM Mike Bergonzi used the number 1 pick on Miami.
He got some nice weapons on offense.
Hopefully giving Tennessee its franchise single collar that
defense
Jake Locker, Vince Young, Marcus Mariota, and Will Levis
in the cornerback room.
The thing is, Ward isn't considered a sure thing to succeed like Joe Burrow or Caleb Williams. There is real bust potential here, and we don't think Calvin Ridley is enough in the passing game to help him produce early and often. With little to offer on the defensive side of the ball as well, there's just no reason to think that the Titans can be like the 2024 Commanders and just come out of nowhere to be a playoff team. Tennessee fans ought to be patient with the rebuilding process under Bergonzi and Ward. The time to go all in will come. It's just not now. The Indianapolis Colts. We thought the Colts might compete for a playoff spot last year, but
it depends on how good quarterback play is, bro. Because the Colts are one of those teams that has way too much talent to be bad every year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got so many good receivers. Their defense is pretty good. O-line pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They just need good quarterback play. And that's something they haven't had since Andrew Luck. You know what I'm saying? They've gone through so many quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz. You know what I'm saying? Joe Flacco. Including this nigga AR. Like, they've gone through so many quarterbacks, bro. They just... Once they figure out that position, bro, the Colts are going to be dangerous.
Instead, they finished a disappointing 8-9 in order to miss the postseason for the 4th straight year. We're at the point now with Anthony Richardson where we really need to see it in order to believe it. The O-line, Indy's strength for a while, lost 2 elite starters in Ryan Kelly and Will Fries in free agency.
That is right. I forgot about that. Damn.
Promising Penn State tight end Tyler Warren to bolster the offense, but this unit stunk last year with Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr., and Josh Downs.
Hey, look at all this talent.
Well, their QBs just weren't producing. The Colts threw a lot of money at defensive backs Cameron Bynum and Charvarius Ward to bolster their secondary, but both posted very unflattering 2024 numbers at Pro Football Focus.
Now, so I'm gonna give Ward a pass because he lost his daughter. You know what I'm saying? RP his daughter, so his head probably wasn't all the way in the game. So I think this year, he gonna lock in for sure.
The Colts are miles behind the Houston Texans in the division, playing the entire AFC West and NFC West as well. Oof. Things are not looking great for the Colts. Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals finished 8-9 last year and only missed out on the NFC West by 2 games. So why the heck are they on this list? Well, we don't really have to ramble on about how the Cardinals have a disturbing habit of unraveling in the second half of each year. We can just stick to the obvious that, well, they're the 4th best team in their division. The Rams are the team to beat for the division crown. The Seattle Seahawks figure to be much better after swapping out Geno Smith for Sam Darnold. And the San Francisco 49ers figure to reemerge as a Super Bowl contender after a wasted season brought on by the awful injury bug. Like we said, Arizona is the 4th best team in the division, and we just don't buy them as playoff contenders until a Murray-led team learns to put it together.
Kyler Murray got to lock in this year, bro. He just been way too
Carolina Panthers. They made one notable move on offense, bringing
Carolina, they ain't got enough
back
pieces yet,
Rico
bro.
Dottle after he hit 1K rushing in Dallas.
They got a nice little squad.
GM
I don't think it's
Morgan
enough to
took
make the
big-bodied
playoffs.
Arizona wideout Tedero McMillan to help Bryce Young in the offense. But you know, we're just not exactly sure if McMillan, 35-year-old Adam Thielen, and unproven 2024 first-round pick Xavier Legette are going to be enough for Young to have a breakout year. Also, the Panthers hardly added any impact players to improve a defense that finished dead last in scoring last year. Playing in the weak NFC South might push Carolina to 7 or 8 wins, but there just isn't enough talent or depth on either side of the ball here for them to end an 8-year playoff drought. New England Patriots. The Patriots aced the offseason.
Same that went for the Panthers goes for these niggas
Jared
too.
Mayo as head coach.
They ain't got enough star
in
power
free
yet,
agency.
bro.
At the draft, the Pats got 3 new studs on offense, with tackle lineman Will Campbell, running back Trayvon Henderson, and wide receiver Kyle Williams. Add it all up, and the Pats actually look dangerous again in the post-Tom Brady era. But you know, let's not jump the gun, folks. The Patriots have a lot of new faces that need to get themselves familiar in Foxborough. Vrabel needs time to install his culture and style. Drake May is still a second-year QB working on his craft. And yeah, the Pats are merely the 4th best team in their own division. So let's not get carried away and assume that they'll make the automatic jump to playoff contention. They're still like a couple of years away. New York Jets. Only time will tell if new GM Darren Muji and first-year head coach Aaron Glenn made the right call to pull the plug on the Aaron Rodgers era. What isn't up for debate, though, is the fact that gangrene got considerably worse in the short term. We do believe that Justin Fields' debate, though, is the fact that gangrene got...
Have you made the playoffs at least once in the past 14 years? God damn. Bro, Jets fans be going through it, nigga. Like, this is just not even NFL, bro. Like, this are MLB, bro, NBA. This is hockey? This might be hockey. Yeah, this hockey for sure. Bro, nah, this is crazy.
Got considerably worse.
Oh my god!
I do believe that Justin Fields can be the guy. Heck, maybe he'll even emerge as the long-term starting QB this franchise.
Yeah, I'm
really
rooting
needs.
for Fields though,
but
bro.
The Jets aren't going to win it.
The Jets ain't got no good track record.
They are restarting from scratch after the disastrous and short-lived Rodgers era. Bougie didn't spend much time in free agency and wisely avoided making any win-now blockbuster trades. He and Glenn want to take their time rebuilding the Jets their way, and that means some short-term pain here. New Orleans Saints. The Saints were our way too early
they
pick
about
to
to have the
the
number one overall pick and draft
2026
Garrett Nussmeier.
before Derek Carr retired. So now that the four-time Pro Bowler has hung up the cleats, we know these guys truly have zero shot at exceeding expectations. Despite missing the postseason for the fourth straight year, Saints GM Mickey Loomis refused to begin the inevitable rebuild.
Bro.
Yep, just
nobody
gonna
forget
running
week
it back
1
with
through
the
2
same
New Orleans
aging
Saints,
core
bro,
of Cameron Jordan, Alvin Kamara, Tyrann Mathieu,
like
and
Super Bowl
Demario
contenders.
Davis. Carr wasn't the only notable Saint to retire either. So did superstar offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk because of a serious knee injury. Not to mention that standout corner Paulson Adebo left for the New York Giants in free agency. So, the Saints were already a lousy football team last year, but got even worse, and their quarterback room features rookie Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler, who lost all 6 starts as a rookie.
God
but you know what? Being terrible in 2025 could be the best case scenario for New Orleans. It would finally give this organization the kick that it needs to rebuild. Miami Dolphins. Miami's defense kept them competitive last year with Tua Tagovailoa missing 6 games, but, well,
health is a big problem with them now.
They lost superstar safety Javon Holland, chose to divorce all-pro corner Jalen Ramsey, and watched defensive lineman Calais Campbell and Emmanuel Ogbah walk in free agency.
They lost Ogbah too? Oh
big
yeah,
time
y'all are
for
fried. Now it makes sense why they drafted Kenneth Grant. But that D-line's still fried, bro.
Defensive tackle
Holy
Kenneth Grant with
shit.
the number 13 pick. And did we mention their top 2 edge rushers, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, combined to play 4 games last season? Tyreek Hill is coming off a down season and doesn't seem committed to Miami. Tagovailoa, unfortunately, will always be an injury concern. Everything just points to another year of mediocrity in Miami. Chicago Bears. Hot take, we know. The Bears had an excellent offseason by hiring Ben Johnson as their head coach for starters. Then they brought in veterans Joe
we
Thuney,
keeping it
Drew
a
Dalman,
buck,
Joe
bro. They
Jackson,
still
and
the
Brady
4th best
Jarrett
team
to
in this
accommodate the young
division.
core before using draft picks on offensive weapons Colston Loveland and Luther Burden III. So how the heck can the Caleb Williams-led Bears be on our list after adding so much more talent to a promising nucleus? Well, it's pretty simple. They play in the NFC North. The Detroit Lions are arguably the team to beat in the NFC. The Minnesota Vikings won 14.
No, they're not. It's still the Eagles, bro. I'm not even trying to hear it, gang. Like, come on. Like, I know the Lions were hurt when they went against the Commanders, but they got dismantled by a team that got dismantled by the Eagles. Real shit.
Games with Sam.
But we get to see the Eagles versus the Lions this year, bro. So we'll see who's the better NFC team.
Behind center.
That I ain't gonna lie, that might be game of the year. I'm gonna keep it a buck with
are a
y'all.
serious threat to win it all in 2024.
Hopefully both teams.
So let's
be
assume
healthy.
that the NFC has the same 4 division winners from 2024. That realistically leaves Chicago, Minnie, Green Bay, San Francisco, Seattle, Washington, Atlanta, and Dallas competing for the 3 wild card spots. Do you really think that the Bears will sneak in over that bunch? No, they're at least another year away, folks. But hey, which other NFL teams have no chance at making the playoffs in 2025? What do you think we got right here? What do you think we got wrong? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two,
I'm gonna keep it a
click on the
buck.
like button.
Team that he didn't mention, I'm gonna have to go. I might go with Pittsburgh, bro. Being that they don't really have a quarterback for real, bro. Unless Aaron Rodgers. I feel like they're fucked either way with or without Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? They only got one good receiver. You know what I'm saying? Even though Kyle Austin's solid, he needs to take that next step up. Defense is always going to be good for them. You know what I'm saying? Defense is always going to keep them in games. But when you cannot score points, that's going to be a problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? And teams are going to definitely lock in and double team DK. You know what I'm saying? So somebody has to step up this year, bro. But shit, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know what other NFL videos I want to react to. Without further ado, I'm out.
I'ma make them feel me, make them people when they show me. And if you don't know me, I'ma make sure that you know me. I hate to say it, but I really think I'm broke. But I know I'm chosen, I really know I'm chosen. I know I'm chosen. I was just lost a year ago, but now I'm focused. When good at sports, this microphone can be my trophy. Not taking drugs, I found a better way of coping.